We've got modern staple Traxos Scourge of Kroog. This is a 7/7 trampler for 4. So our win conditions are Traxos, Hazoret, Antiquities War. So this felt like a fitting thing to slot into a Monday. I played this the other night. It was pretty fun, and I went 3-2. Sweet. All right, sweet. How do you untap Traxos? By casting a historic spell. Hazoret wins more than Traxos. Yeah, I'd believe that for sure. Hazoret's like a pretty reasonable card against a lot of the format. Yep. We'll update the stream decker. We do have main deck relics. That sounds great. Just like all the reasonable artifact cards. He seems like a giant lava axe. Yeah, basically. And we have bolts and collective brutalities too. So like this is a good example of, I think, a decent way to like build something interesting. So we have like a neat win condition. We have a powerful backup plan from when we don't have our main thing going on. And we have really efficient interaction to allow us to keep up with things that are going to be linear against us. And like, even look at the sideboard. We've got Negates and Vendilion Cliques and Slaughter Games and Damping Spheres. So this deck has a ton of really good modern tools that are just like generically good cards to be playing. And I think this is the correct way to approach building new decks in Modern. I think this deck actually looks pretty reasonable and sweet. El Panda with the brand new tier 1 sub. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Why are we playing Spellbombs? Just because they're cheap historic spells, I would assume, that cantrip. They're basically historic spells that cantrip for Traxos. They're also like cantrips we can kind of put in the bank so they can get our hand empty to attack with Hazoret quickly. I got you, Bolas. Yeah, the deck's really good. Addition of Soulscar Mage felt really good last night. Well, Spellbomb has utility. Remember, this is a format with like Delve Threats and Hollowed Ones in it. So you want to Bauble your opponent during their upkeep. And the reason for this is if my opponent's playing a Thoughtseize deck, this way we still see the card they're drawing for the turn, but they don't get one extra card to possibly take out of our hand. Looks like Hardened Scales. How long am I streaming for today? A while yet. I'm planning to do at least 3.5 more hours of Magic. And then after my kids go to sleep tonight, we're actually going to, we're going to be streaming some Overwatch with my wife. Boneless Wing Bunnerking, thank you for the 6th month. My training awaits me. Soon you shall learn to defend the realm from Twitch chat. It's a pretty good one. I'm going to leave this up for now. What time do my kids go to sleep? Usually about 8 o'clock. Usually about 8 o'clock. We put them in bed about 8 o'clock, and then usually they're down within a half an hour or so. If you're a sub who's interested in potentially overwatching with us tonight, we put a channel up in the Discord server so we could exchange some battle tags and stuff. Obviously, we can only have 4 other people with us at a time, but hopefully we'll rotate through a few people depending on how many folks are interested in playing. Have a boot? What does it mean? It means you're one of the hard-working members of Hoaglandia. You put your boots to the ground and make this nation great. Yeah, just playing on PC. Hashtag PC Master Race. So what do I want to do here? I have to interact with this board. Our linear game plan is definitely not fast enough here, right? I'm going to upload the Overwatch stream to YouTube. It won't be on my YouTube channel, but it'll be on Christie's. So I'm going to, moving forward, I'm going to be keeping my Twitch channel and my YouTube stuff for TCG content or card game content exclusively. So what am I supposed to do here? Am I just supposed to Pyrite Spellbomb the Overseer here? Maybe that's the line. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take 2, and then we'll end step Spellbomb the Pyrite the Overseer. Yeah, we're going to stream the Overwatch tonight, Flapjacky. We're going to stream it on Christie's Twitch channel. And I'm going to host/raid her. Rusty. Got here in time to see modern staple Shizo in action. Yep. I think I'm just supposed to take a draw step here. So, how do we feel about Hazoret plus EE on 1? I kind of like that. I kind of like Hazoret Engineered Explosives on 1. I don't think we can die. I guess if they go Hardened Scales, we could potentially die to the Syncmoth Nexus. But I think the risk to reward's probably pretty good here. I just put that on 0 by mistake. I clicked through it and wasn't paying attention. All right, well, that's worse for us, but, you know, just need to work through it. It's a preemptive tech for Thopter. E on 0 isn't useless in this matchup. It definitely has text, right? It can clean up tokens and Hangerback Walker and Walking Ballista. Yeah, Captain Jack. I'll have Christy ping people that posted they're interested in stuff. Yeah, and like if they go kind of in on Nexus here and it's not lethal, the Spellbomb like sets up to be good against it moving forward. Which is nice. Yep. They're whispering you now. Twitch has great block functions, Nye. Speaking from experience. So, do I decline to take anything here because it makes me put down Spellbomb? So they have, so this is worth 2, this is worth 2, this is worth 3. Yeah, if I don't leave Spellbomb up this turn, they kill me with Inkmoth. So I'm going to decline to take anything here and pass back. Titan Shift. I think Titan Shift is a very powerful modern deck, and if you can stand playing Titan Shift, it is a fine choice. You know, if I take something and don't play it, then Hazoret can't attack or block. And I think I want Hazoret to hold the fort down on the ground. Sorry, to fully articulate myself. If I take a card but don't play it, they get to get it on the ground for free. Which I think is worse for me. I'm going to take 2 here from Ink Moth, but that's not really a big deal, right? Next turn, I'm probably Collective Brutalitying the Hangerback Walker to kill it. I am in no way dead to Ink Moth on board. The what's it called has the donation queue has a no-fly list in it. Why are we... I'm so confused. Do they not know what Aether Spellbomb does? Maybe they don't know what Aether Spellbomb does? They're not going for it here, right? They're just like hitting me for 3. Maybe they must just be hitting me for 3 here, right? Doesn't look like it. Maybe they didn't read Modern Staple Aether Spellbomb. Let me know when Christie's partnered so I can stop remembering the password to this account. Thank you, Def Not Wanna Be Beetle. Yeah, the goal is Christie just has to meet the small requirements for being in a... I am so confused. I'm about to get like Apostle's Blessing tier. Some of these decks have a 1 of Apostle's Blessing in them. I think we're getting Apostle's Blessing. Yep. Okay. Good stuff. They didn't think that through any more than I did. I am really glad I didn't concede. 10 out of 10. Almost conceded there. Almost conceded. They thought that through less than I did. Got it? Slow clap. All right, there we go. Get him, got him good. So, Apostle's Blessing gave their thing protection from artifacts to protect it from Aether Spellbomb, but then it had protection from artifacts, so Arcbound could no longer modular onto it, because modular targets the creature. So, abilities like modular check that a target is legal when you target it and when it resolves. So when the Arcbound trigger, the modular trigger went to resolve, the game said, oh, Ink Moth is protection from artifacts. It's no longer a valid target for this modular trigger. I can't resolve and put any counters on here. So that's what actually happened here. Sorry, I had to like break down and laugh there for a moment, but that is why I broke down and laughed. All right. I mean, to be fair, like, modular protection from Spellbomb, like, that's not like a common interaction, right? It's not like a common interaction. I think I'm gonna trade two Collective Brutalities for 2 Spellskites here. I don't think Clique is good enough in this matchup, punishing Waterfalls. They have Walking Ballista. I almost thought about Clique too, but I think Walking Ballista makes it not good enough. I think Walking Ballista makes it not good enough. Alright, yeah, let's just be conservative here. Spellskite, so fun fact about Spellskite. Spellskite can Spellskite modular triggers to seal them, so... Even on Mondays, I learn things. Thank you, Sabus. That's what I'm here for. Have a little bit of fun. Learn some sweet things about Magic. And for the record, the amount of results you have in any tournament series does not automatically make you a good Magic player. That's just like a fact. Like, Magic's a game where there's variance by design, which means, you know, good players make bad plays and bad players get lucky and top 8 things still. This is Modern staple Traxos Scourge of Kroog. Zach Elsick. Thank you for the 3 months of the second best eyebrows in Magic. Alright, so now I have to ask, who are the best eyebrows in Magic? I mean, Teferi, one could argue that smart Magic players are going to put themselves in positions to play the better decks. And, like, there's no arguing that Tron is, like, an aggressively good deck, right? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and fetch a basic mountain here and then crack my relic. Like, my hand's just really not, like, doing anything at the moment, so I just want more things to play to the board, I think. There's creeping tarpets in our deck. The more you know. The more you know. I think we might lose to, like, mediocre 1-1 beatdowns here. I don't have cards to bring in out of the sideboard to board out Relic. The sideboard in this deck is pretty focused at beating up combo decks. I don't really have anything to keep up with these aggressive decks. I guess maybe the Collective Brutalities are better than these Relics, but Collective Brutality is not even that good. I'm just going to bolt this and keep my health total high-ish. Try and not lose to mediocre beats. Try being the operative word here. Can we race with Traxos? Can we race with the Scourge of Kroog? The mighty Scourge of Kroog. Nature's claim, but he was the Scourge of Kroog. He was supposed to be so scourgy, chat. Why do you hate fun, opponent? Alright, so we have to kill this. They unfortunately keep the power and toughness here. I think I'm going to go ahead and pop... Now I'm going to go ahead and pop Relic using the mountain. Then probably do this. Yep. The elusive Dr. Bacon. Welcome, welcome, welcome to a live one. Good to have you here. No, I don't think I want to drain. I guess maybe I could have drained pitching the Tolaria West. I'm not going to have time to really get that going. Tolaria can fetch another EE. So we take our lick for 4 here. Wouldn't bouncing Arcbound. Why is that good? Like, what is that accomplishing for us? I don't think this Tolaria West gets us anything useful, right? Explosives are just going to be too slow here. Yeah, I guess I can EE for 1. Do I want to EE for 2? clear the Ravager out, and then I can bounce whatever they want to modular onto. Yeah, I think it's EE for 2. And then I can bounce whatever they modular onto, and then this Tolaria West can go get another Engineered Explosives next turn, potentially. That seems like the line here. Open a little trail mix here and have a snack. My diet while streaming is basically entirely snacks, because the way Twitch works is, if you even take a 2 to 3 minute break, you lose a pretty significant amount of your audience a lot of the time. Do I blow the Spellbomb here? I think I do, right? I think I want to blow the Spellbomb. It's not explicitly the eating that loses you people. Oh yeah, I shouldn't have let the counters resolve. Yeah, that was loose. Yeah, I think we're dead here because I messed up. I should have bounced it in response. And now I don't have enough mana to play and do other things. Yeah, I messed up. Oh, right. We stole game 1. Was that game 1? No, that was game 2. We stole game 1. I'm going to trim 2 of these relics and bring these brutalities back in. Definitely should have done that from the start. Well, I mean, this is a hand. Let me update that link actually. So the thing I use to run Magic Online on Linux should also work on OS X if you want to run Magic Online on OS X. I'm gonna have like a lot of draws to... I'm gonna have a lot of draws to find, more artifacts here. And like, I could also be digging for lightning bolts and stuff. So, that command describes the process through which you can install Magic Online on OS X and Linux using Wine. It is indeed Meme Monday. Yeah, Spellskite was great. When this card saw more common play in Modern back in the day, when Twin was a thing, it definitely was very good against Affinity. And they could have an interesting game. They definitely claimed us off our Traxos last game, which was sad, but it happened. Should have named God. With the Scalding Tarns, it probably doesn't matter. Exactly, Wannabe Beetle. I have also had that experience. In paper, they just pass you the dice. They don't realize it's optional. And Moto kind of holds them hand, walking them through it. So you can't actually steal the counters. Your opponent can just decline putting the counters onto your thing. But their thing doesn't get the counters, which is the nice part. Do I attack here? I feel like I'm obligated to attack here. We need to just, like, try and kill them, right? Because, like, as this game goes long, their endgame is scarier than ours. In paper, people mess up that interaction quite frequently. Do we pop Mindstone? That's a good question. So popping the Mindstone means that the Hazoret's less likely to be active next turn, which I think is worse for us. I feel like in a game where we're winning, we're getting to attack with Hazoret. But I guess in a game where we're winning, we probably have engineered explosives. Yeah, I don't know that if we're going to be able to get through this Hanger Backwalker meaningfully. I feel like that's going to give us a real hard time here. Like, the Hazoret attacking doesn't really accomplish anything, right? I guess it, like, cracks the Hanger Backwalker. I guess blocking with Hazoret is probably pretty meaningfully. Okay, at this point, I need an engineered explosives. Ooh, we need, like, running explosives here. We need to be able to clear the 2s and then be able to clear the 0s after. How's the league going? That was so funny, extras. When I spent like a year and a half working in corporate America after I finished grad school. Oh, their last card is Karn. We're so dead. I'm like a year and a half working in corporate America after grad school, and when I put in my notice, they were like, "We don't know how we're gonna get by without you. You just do so much here." And I was like, my response was like, I don't really do a whole lot. I automated most of my job, and I just kind of sit there and dick around on the internet all day. Maybe the person before me worked all day, but I do not. The sand doesn't do anything, right? What does my grad do? My master's is in mathematics. This sand also does very little. I think it's a keep. We have some cantrips. I think this, especially on the draw with the scry, I think this is fine. Oh gosh, I forgot to shill in between matches. All right, it's fine. We'll shill later. There's always more time for shilling, chat. Define shill. Having a short ad break. Is this a donation deck? Yeah, everything we do here is donation decks for the most part. Yeah, I won that bet with Christy. My mattress code got used way more than she thought it would, which for the record, she thought it would get used 0 times. So far, our deck's had we've had a lot of 4-drops. We have a lot of 4-drops. Do I drink coffee? I do not. I drink soda on occasion. I drink a lot of iced tea. Which, speaking of, actually have some iced tea from earlier today. Alright, Poppy would like a red source. Well, our mana base has been pretty stable in the first few games, so we'll see where we go from here. Why is Cavern in this deck? I assume because our 4-mana creatures are like pretty weak to counter spells, and we have copies of Tolaria West. Am I dead yet? That seems sweet extras. Yeah, more better cards in the 3 slot seems very good. I definitely think we're really like, look at this hand, right? Like we're super clunky on the 4s. And like Sai lets you generate value on 3 by like playing your 0s out after him, which is neat. He also lets you like cantrip random things, which is nice. Well, I guess I'm playing this out for 2 and like hoping to not die next turn. And Smuggler's Copter. Everything's better with Smuggler's Copter, right? That card, Smuggler's Copter, should be banned in Modern. It was banned in Standard, that means we should ban it in Modern too. Oh yeah, Legendary triggers Historic as well, right? Oh, they're probably gonna fetch here. My timing on this Bauble was medium. I lost to Hate Bears. Losing to Hate Bears, the reasonable Magic deck, means you have to take your deck and tear it up and throw it in the garbage can. I'm sorry for your wallet. It's the only option, though. Oh, I probably should have named Instant on the Cavern of Souls so I could make red mana, right? That's probably what we should have done. Should have named Instant. What do I think about Infect at the moment? I think Infect's very reasonable. And again, like we say this a lot in the stream, like any deck that's capable of like killing its opponent on the 2nd or 3rd turn of the game, it's hard for it to be that bad in Modern. Should have named Legendary, right? Where were our explosives last game? Dead to Might, Dead to Groundswell, Dead to mutagenic growth plus this distortion strike. Dead to a lot of things here, chat. She left up black to pretend we have a push. No, I think our best chance here is to hope they just don't have it, so we can clear with Engineered Explosives next turn. I mean, Magic's no different than anything else, ICDJ. If you think you're going to get enjoyment out of a thing, then, you know, invest, slowly save your money, and eventually get the thing that you'll get your enjoyment out of. Bolt Tribal, it is true. Bolt Tribal is the best tribe in Modern. Nero, thank you for the 30 months and welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Infect and Skite seem good here. Click and Skite, sorry, we're playing against Infect. Antiquities War seems a little bit too slow. I'm going to bring in a couple of negates. I don't think Damping Sphere is good enough here. I think they don't have... That's like, we play multiple spells in the turn a lot of the time, too. Strikes are curved down a little bit. Shadow Monarch, thank you for the 2-month resubscription. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Yeah, the multiple Cavern of Souls are interesting. Like, one cavern to, like, search for with the Tolaria West seems fine, but, like, two is a lot of caverns. 2 is a lot of caverns. This has been one of the more rough meme Mondays we've had for a while, chat. What if we won there? If we won one match today in 4 hours? I feel like we've won one match in 4 hours today. We've got... I have high hopes for Esperzer. To set the bar low, I think we could go places with Esperzer, chat. I think that one's got some potential. Esperzer is gonna 5-0, exactly. Collective Brutality is really good here. This card's like kind of absurd against Infect. Lets you kill their thing, take a protection spell. You ever played Black, White, Modern Eldrazi and Texas? I have not. I'm not a big fan of the Eldrazi and Texas archetype. I think I'm going to cycle through both of these aggressively, so I'm going to fill my hand up here. Yeah, I think Aether Spellbomb's a pretty flexible card. And again, like, it's easy for a card to, like, have a high-ish floor when, like, pay 2 cycle it is, like, something that's able to do. It's like why Relic is pretty reasonable. Pretty much exclusively play friendly leagues on this channel. The only real reason to play even when I was testing for the Open, I played friendly leagues. Because the only reason to play competitive leagues versus friendly leagues, there's 2 reasons. 1, if you care about qualifier points on Magic Online, and 2, if you're a degenerate gambler. Those are the 2 reasons to play competitive leagues on Magic Online. A better description for the 2 different kinds of leagues on Magic Online are friendly leagues are a flat prize structure league, so they're not top heavy, and competitive leagues are a top heavy prize structure league. Sure, yeah, I always forget that they don't publish the friendly leagues. You want your thing published. I could care less about that. But definitely, the naming scheme of the leagues is definitely intentional. It's there to psych players up who fancy themselves more competitive and encourage them to gamble more. So if they attack with Inkmoth Nexus here, you don't want to bolt it inside of combat. One of the biggest mistakes you can make when playing against Infect is to interact with a non-lethal Infect creature inside of combat. You want to, generally speaking, be killing their Infect creatures on your turn or during their end step, because that way if they have a pump spell like Blossoming Defense, they don't do extra Infect damage to you on top of blowing out your removal spell. Once upon a time, JDem, Legacy only had friendly leagues, and degenerate gamblers complained that they only had friendly leagues and they wanted to gamble more. You're not wrong, Hammy. Degenerate gamblers definitely fits a majority of Magic players. So, Rivoli, my preferred current deck list is the one that's published on the website. The playlist of videos are not all that exact deck list. There wouldn't be almost any videos on my website if I only posted videos of the exact deck list. So the playlists are all of the times I've played that archetype in every iteration on stream. So the text lists you will find on my website for decks lists are, after playing a bunch with this archetype on stream, this is what I would register in a tournament if I was going to play the deck. I've not. I haven't logged. I want at least one more league with Soulscar Mage before I'm certain that that's the version I want to recommend. So if we play Soulscar Mages through another league and they feel good in another league, then I will try something. I will likely update on the website. Well, drawing another land here feels really bad. I think I'm just gonna jam here. Holding up Spellbomb feels really loose. We 5-0'd the second league on Band Twin. We won most of our games in a pretty commanding fashion, too. It's not increasing variance, it's making the prizes more top-heavy. It allows you to gamble more. It's like playing a higher buy-in poker tournament versus a lower buy-in. Am I dead? Are you thinking about Slaughter Pact here? What's the word? Can you tell me the word? Is bird the word? Bird's the word, chat. Alright, this has been... Had the guys, the mechanic shot I work at, watching it today. Hopefully shilled some new watches for you. That's great, D20 Bandit. Hope you're having a good Monday. Happy Monday, folks, by the way. We're waiting for the next match in this league to pop. Speaking of shilling, I'd just like to thank everyone for hanging out. My name's Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time streamer, memer, content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30-plus hours a week. I focus primarily on Modern. This kind of wacky, weird deck list, along with most of the decks we play here on stream, is a viewer-submitted deck list. If you're interested in finding out how you could get your deck list played on stream, be sure to check out bit.ly/HugelSellout. Past that, you can also support my content by subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full-time. I do this because I love it, but I wouldn't be able to be here as often as I am doing this as a job if it wasn't for the support of my wonderful subs. Past subscribing, you can also support my content by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Cardsphere.com, I'd love to help you turn some of your cards into other cards direct with other players. There's no haggling, they just take a 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com, I'd love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles, including Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! I also discovered today that they sell Warhammer singles, which is exciting. I might have ordered a few things off of them. And you can save 5% on your singles at Cool Stuff by using code Jeff5. And of course, this stream wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anaronix, Justin Nivick, and all y'all out there. If you are new, make sure to hit the follow button at the very least. Following my stream doesn't cost you anything. I'll let you know when I go live and with what. If you can't catch all of my stream live, or you see us post a sweet deck that you can't see because you got something going on, also be sure to check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hogan. 100% of my streams get archived there, and you can watch just the stuff that you care about because I break it up by deck, so you can watch just the matches that you want to see. Warhammer singles. Yeah, they released a Warhammer trading card game at Gen Con this summer. That's really sweet. And it has really awesome paper-digital integration. So the singles you buy in paper, you scan into the digital app to get the same cards you have in paper on the computer. I'm actually not even playing that much. I don't think I'm probably going to play that much in paper, but I've been playing their digital app that's in closed beta a whole bunch. So I bought some physical cards to build decks in the app. Esper Zur is going to be the best deck. I think there's a very real chance that to set the bar low, that Esper Zur is going to be the best deck we play today. Which kind of speaks volumes about the quality of what we've played so far. Alright, fingers crossed this is a deck that either can't beat a Relic or can't beat a Collective Brutality. That's true. Zur doesn't die to Bolt. Zur does not die to Bolt. Alright, Bloodstained Mire. There are a lot of Faithless Looting decks that start on Bloodstained Mire, chat. Show me the tower. You're rude, Perplexel. Why would you wish that upon us? Don't wish Tron lands upon your worst enemies, much less us here. What did I do to deserve that? Greater Gargadon suspended. Okay. So looking like Bridgevine. The Warhammer is fantasy-based for the card game. Warhammer Age of Champions. When their digital application is out of closed beta, so it's not NDA'd anymore, I'll probably be streaming it at some point. Alright. I mean, Antiquities War, and we could possibly just race them really, really well here, right? Sit back up, Relic. God bless. I just sold my Jace the Mind Sculptor for a card. Well, you sold a card that wasn't modern playable for a card that's kind of modern playable. So, you know, that seems like good upside. Seems like reasonable upside. Just activate your relics ASAP. Just get the cards out of their bin as soon as they're in their bin. If we can't beat the Bridgevine deck on the double relic opener into Antiquities War, we probably can't win the game. Honestly, is it crazy to say that Antiquities War feels like it might be better in this deck than the other win conditions? Hef Jugland with the $5 tip. Hello, Jeff. It's your long-lost brother. But this is Average Bloom. But this Average Bloom dude pointed me towards your stream and told me to donate for Landfall. You'd understand. Thank you, Bloom. Speaking of, we got relics, chat. We got relics on relics on relics. They're dead next turn. With all the rules talk that's happened in the past week, I was wondering if you had to announce prowess triggers. It's not a May ability. You do not, and this is where the magic rules kind of get gray in an annoying manner. You do not have to announce prowess triggers until they would have a visible impact on the game. So that means you don't have to make any indication of your prowess triggers until you go to deal damage. Well, that... I guess they're... Maybe the relics just meant their decks didn't do anything. Would you take a job at WotC's and give up tournaments like the Boston? Well, I don't really play tournaments, so it's like... It's kind of hard to give something up that you don't already do. And I can only assume Wizards of the Coast does not pay enough to make me want to move to Seattle. Probably based on what they pay software developers, I feel like they probably don't pay game designers enough to make me move. That's probably true. That's probably true, Burgle. This is a mulligan, right? I think this is a mulligan. I think we just want relics in our opener, right? Antiquities War seems like a really powerful card. And you can definitely abuse it in a deck with Mox Opal, right? To be fair, there's a lot of games that aren't cross-platform though, Roberto. Like Overwatch has to play through Wine. Not looking for another land. On the draw, this relic could very reasonably be too slow. Yeah, the cost of living in the cornfields is like absurdly low, especially for housing. Like, my house is 2,400 square feet and like well under $200,000. If I couldn't live in my current state, where would I go? Probably somewhere else where my wife could have a job. My job's really convenient in that I can basically do it from anywhere. So, if I was, I think I'm actually gonna wait on playing this relic because the fact that they discarded this Destructive Revelry implies to me that they have another Destructive Revelry in their hand, which means that I would like to wait so I can crack this instead of getting it blown up. $5,200 a month. That's, yeah. 5,200 a month. That's like over 4 times my mortgage. Let's not get into that on stream, Jay Sarek. And pop this and activate it. Again, just activate your relics as soon as possible. And another house for their magic cards. I got you, D20. I got you. So I assume it's going to be an Incept Revelry. Look at that with the sick reads on the second Revelry. The Hardened Scales deck is sweet. We played it on stream a number of times before. Feels very consistent. If I want to travel to a large city, is Chicago the closest? I'm actually in a really good spot for as far as like traveling to other cities go. I'm basically equidistant Chicago, St. Louis, and Indianapolis. I'm like 2 to 3 hours from all of them, depending on which parts of those cities you would like to go to. Is Jund a bad matchup for robots? If the Jund deck wants to beat robots, it's probably going to beat robots. We've been getting a little beat up, OP. We've won 1 match in 4 leagues today. 1 match in 4 leagues. What keyboard do you use? You have to avoid cherry blues. I have a $10 HP USB keyboard. I believe it was an Amazon Essentials option. No, those are their own brand, right? It was the cheapest USB keyboard I could get off of Amazon. $10 is too much. At Hogland, flaunting his high-tech keyboard from all of his streaming money. My mouse is great, though. My mouse is a Logitech MX510. I love my mouse. Alright. That's pretty good, yeah. Pretty good. Name God on this. Mechanical keyboard is probably not conducive to me streaming, though. I would assume. Those are usually pretty loud, right? And then, so we get to blow the engineered explosives up here. I'm going to go ahead and crack this in response because we know they have a bridge in their hand, I believe. I actually don't mind my USB keyboard. I used a laptop for a long time, so I got used to like the shallow keystrokes when I'm using a keyboard, and this particular keyboard has pretty shallow keystrokes, which I like. So they bend a Vengevine and a Bridge from below there. Do I want to play around Destructive Revelry being their last card? I probably do, right? Nah, I'm just gonna jam the Traxos. I have an Academy runes. I guess I don't have blue for my runes. They have a 3rd Revelry. We could be kind of sad here. Well, if they have Revelry, they lose the bridge. That's a good point. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that exchange. So, Modern Staple, Traxos, Scourge of Kroog here. 7/7 Trample, doesn't untap. Whenever you cast a historic spell, untap him. Does the little dance. How memey is this pile? I don't know. I feel like this deck is just like a solid mid-tier meme, basically. Like, it's like playing some interesting cards, but like from a perspective of like what it's really doing, it's not doing anything like super sweet, right? It's just like playing like these weird threats for kind of a strange payoff. Yeah, I agree on Ben Twin. This seems it's meme adjacent. Yeah, I think this deck will be good in like a slightly slower format, but I think this format's probably a little bit too fast on average for something like this to ever be truly super good. Honestly, playing this deck, it really makes me think there's probably a good Antiquities War deck in this format somewhere. There's a lot of cheap artifacts, and that card like pushes through a lot of damage, and it provides you card selection. They have a Watery Grave in their deck. What are they splashing blue for? Double splash seems really ambitious. Splash. Whoa. That is a prized amalgam. Alright, well, I think I'm cycling the Spellbomb because we'd really like to find a relic. I guess I'm putting Traxos on top here, since I can play the Spellbomb to untap him. I'm kind of expecting Bridgevine to pop back up next turn. But Traxos, like, kills them in 2 here. He sneezes, chat. I'm allergic to prized amalgam. Rude. What's going on, Mr. Lifeguard? Yeah, I had something to do. I had to do this morning, so I am here this evening. We're gonna be going for we're gonna be playing Magic for at least 2 more hours, 2.5 or so, and then we're actually gonna wrap up playing some Overwatch this evening with my wife. Yeah, I could see that, Worlds. It can like assemble that combo and kill them all on its own. So they have no cards left, and this Traxos just like bigger than their stuff. You did hear Overwatch. Yeah, Christy and I have been streaming Overwatch on her Twitch channel. So I keep this channel just for TCG and card game stuff, but... So I actually want to upkeep, probably put like, Spellskite. No, we don't play ranked. We just play quick play. We're casuals. We are heading into the 4th match. We're currently 1-2. It's a little bit clunky on the 4 drops. Traxos has been pretty good. Antiquities War has felt really absurd. I almost feel like this is the best win condition we have here. Anner said he 3-2'd. We're not done yet. We could still 3-2. Antiquities War is like a good Tez the Seeker. Yeah, basically, it's cheaper and it's harder to interact. You can't attack it, right? How much to build Antiquities War as you see fit? Usually I look for a $50 donation to spend time building a deck around a specific card, Destruminator. What did we lose to? We lost to Hardened Scales Affinity in the first match, and I'm blanking on the second one at the moment. Right. Oh, Infect. Infect was the second one. The old 1-2-3-1 pairing. Welcome to GP Charlotte, folks. Please enjoy your stay. Can we donate to make you play certain people in Overwatch? No, I am not good enough for that. I play 3 characters. I play Brigette, I play Mercy, and I play Reinhardt. I play characters that don't require me to aim. I can kind of play Pharah, but not really. This is details on the Discord. If you're a sub who's going to be around this evening, you might be interested in popping into Overwatch party for a game or two. We created an Overwatch channel in the Discord for people that are interested in playing. What does the world come to? Overwatch is my fun time, chat. The other reason why we're not putting non-card games on here because non-card games don't pay the bills. Those aren't work. I like doing this, but this is work. That's why I take all of the dollar dues. That's why I take all the dollar dues to do things on here. All right. Well, this is just like a firm, just like easy double brutality, right? And then I think I just bin War Hazoret here. Yeah, definitely just War Hazoret. Yeah, Yeah, I like to keep my average concurrent viewers. Are you saying there's no amount you'd accept to play another character? That's not true. There's always a number, I suppose. But offhand, I don't know what that number is. Ilmarian, thank you for the 6 months and welcome back. Crane Forth, welcome. Everything has a price. I'm a realist. Is it more or less than a Lantern League? Almost certainly less than a Lantern League. Mindstone. 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 Okay. Bauble's actually a pretty sweet draw. Because it means if I hit a land next turn, I can untap Traxos, like go 7/7 untap him. Am I supposed to... Maybe I'm supposed to play that and draw a card to give myself a better chance to hit a 4th land. The most important thing if you're trying to link up your Discord with your Twitch is that you need to make sure that you're doing it on your desktop web browser. Hyder, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Yeah, maybe we're supposed to play the Bauble there. Because if we miss this turn, we're probably dead, right? I guess we're at 20. Oh, never lucky. All right, well, now we're definitely holding the Bauble because we get to guaranteed go Traxos Bauble next turn. You do have a training sword for the 6 months. I'm doing swell. Life is great. I had a really great weekend. Had a good Saturday with the family. Had a good stream last night. We 5-0'd with a new iteration of Blue-Red Tempo that was really awesome with Soulscar Mage. Christy and I actually streamed some Overwatch on Saturday, too. It was a lot of fun. I spent a bunch of time playing the new Warhammer card game on my tablet. Thanks for producing great content with great explanations of your decision making. Thanks for the 3 months, Jay Sarek, and welcome back. It looked very good in aim. Like, just the fact that the thing I was most impressed with about the Soulscar Mages was that it played a control role so well. Do I have a command? I feel like I have a command. I've been playing an Elf Order deck on the Warhammer app. Then can we see some Owling Mine gameplay? So my stream works in a very straightforward manner. The people that support my content dictate what we play and when we play it. So when people donate to see Owling Mine gets added to the queue, and when it gets to the top, we play it. Everything I do here is very viewer-centric. The people that let me do this as a job dictate what we do and how often we do it. Am I dead? There's a good chance we're dead here. So they played the Sacred Foundry already. So they have Searing Blaze and one card I don't know. Have a good night, Jace. Catch you tomorrow. I'll be live during my normal time slot tomorrow, so I'll be live about 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Some call it viewer-centric, others call it shilling. Well, you could argue that, like, the way I let people send me money to do things, that's more selling out than shilling, right? Maybe it's semantics. So I am not going to crack this Mishra's Bauble, because if we draw a land, I want to be able to go land, Hazoret, attack for 12, play Bauble after, untap my Traxos. Shilling implies misdirection. I don't think so. I think shilling just implies that you're, like, advertising something, right? Or more explicitly being paid to advertise. I definitely don't misdirect here. Actually, if I was willing to misdirect people, I'd have a lot more ad money. I actually reject a lot of advertising submissions that are for products that I just don't think are worth worth promoting. Correct, Plasma. Basically, there's a subset of people that think like you should only do stuff like this for the love of the game, and you shouldn't be allowed to do it as work, or like you should be obligated to be miserable when you do something as a job. I wonder if they're thinking about attacking with the Swift Spear here, and then Searing Blazing, and then Lava. If they could kill my Traxos here with the Searing Blaze plus Grim Lavamancer. Can you give an example of something you've turned down advertising for? Erectile dysfunction medication. Student loan refinancing. Alright, so I think I'm gonna pop the Bauble now, because not only does it give me information about what they're drawing, but also gives me a better chance to draw Collective Brutality. The problem with things like this, the problem with things like that explicitly are more so that one of the things I pride myself on this channel with the things that I advertise, are the things I'm advertising on this channel are things that I can personally validate as being good, reasonable products that are quality products, and those aren't things I have a need for. I don't have student loans, and I don't have the bandwidth to research properly, is this student loan company refinancing decent to the people that are giving them money, basically. Correct. And not that there's anything wrong with that. That's actually a very serious thing that affects a lot of people. And there's nothing, you know, and we're not shaming that here. I'm just saying, like, I don't have the medical background to validate that the company that wanted me to promote their stuff was a good company. And I don't, you know, I can't take it firsthand, right? It's not something I had a need for to do firsthand. It was actually like a really close game. We're gonna die to this lava spike though, which sucks. I think I'm on the 0 outer here. Sick penis brags, right? Yeah, even if we draw Brutality, this is gonna put us to 1. Gosh, we're so close. We are 1 point of health short of lethal. If we could crack this fetch for a mountain, we would kill them, because we could activate this and bolt them. No, the bolt's not lethal, because I can't crack this fetch land, because I'm at 1. I was so close. So close. Alright, so Spellskite in, Negates in, Antiquities War, and I think Explosion is actually pretty bad here, so I'm going to trim those as well. Run it. We knew Lava Spike was on top of their deck, Tom. Otherwise, we weren't dead. We knew that Lava Spike was on top of their deck from a Mishra's Bauble. So I knew we were dying next turn. Otherwise we would have let them take a draw there, obviously. Crumble to get rid of their white sources is ambitious and silly. Like, they have, not only do they have Inspiring Vantage to be able to play around that, but, like, casting your 4-mana spell to, like, eventually cut them off of stuff is just, like, beyond nonsense. Alright, so we're gonna go Scalding Tarn on 1. That's fair extras. That's fair. If this hand can't beat Burn, I'm assuming none of our hands can beat Burn. We have, like, Bolt into Mindstone into Traxos with, like, a Brutality in the middle, which seems good. So, I'm gonna go ahead and fetch in response to this trigger. Because if this trigger showed me exactly my only basic mountain, I would be a very sad panda. And the reason why I'm bolting this, as opposed to waiting to Collective Brutality it, is because I'd like to Mindstone this turn so I can get Traxos going ASAP and just kind of race them. Yeah, that's true. If they brought in Bridge, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Because I trimmed all but one of my engineered explosives. So Bridge would be pretty bad for us. Hopefully this is a game where we get to, like, lock them under their own Eidolon. Well, the Hazoret's not going to be able to attack or block this turn, right? Unless I draw exactly a 0 mana artifact. Someone, thanks for checking out Honey. I appreciate the support. Donation queue is looking trim. Trim is in short because it's very long. There's like 80 decks in there at the moment. We're actually probably getting close to another donation queue freeze for a bit. Chat, why does it hurt so much? We do still have a follow-up Hazoret here, and we get to spot check for a path, which is nice. So we are going to be at 13, and alright, sweet, take that. They do have a Helix, which makes racing a little bit harder, but we were in an okay spot here. Probably taking 7 this turn. They suspended Riftbolt. Is that lethal next turn? Yeah, they have lethal next turn, right? Because Riftbolt is 3 and then they have 10 in their hand. I believe we're just dead. This puts us to 9 and then, yeah, just dead. I would believe that, Bushi. It's been kind of a brutal meme Monday, chat. They did not need a land. They end step Boros Charm us and then untap in Helix plus Lava Spike. Traxos was too pure for this cruel modern world. Someone commented earlier in the stream that this feels like something that will probably be better in a postmodern format, a format that's a little bit slower. Modern's just not a format that's kind to playing this many 4-mana spells. Modern's like a brutal, efficient format that's about tempo a lot of the time, and playing this many 4-mana spells just doesn't generate tempo. The sideboard arguably has too many cards for combo in it, and I felt like we really didn't have enough cards to bring in against decks where we cared about creatures. Like, we played against Infect and Hardened scales, and I couldn't board out all my copies of Relic of Progenitus because I didn't have removal or reasonable cards to bring in. Would you play this type of deck again, but with Sai? Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to look at all the details. Definitely bringing the curve down and cleaning up the sideboard to have more injections probably be good. Depends on your deck, Ahmed.